Hi everybody, it's Ginger from In Sheep's Clothing Yarn Shop in Torrington, Connecticut, and it is a Saturday afternoon. It is pouring cats and dogs outside. You may hear some road noise because it seems to be making all the everything the traffic going by much louder. I have so many exciting things to tell you today. I have the Chicklet ornaments to roll out. I have a new present for myself, the store, but for myself, and some new projects to show you. So stick around and let's have some fun. Okay, so I have been waiting and waiting to be able to roll out the Chicklet ornaments for my Advent calendar, and here it is. This is just kind of like a little mini mock-up of what I'm going to be doing. So this is the 12 chick ornament kit. I will also have a 6 chick ornament kit. And what it is I'm taking my little chicklets and we are making ornaments. So come December 1st, the first 12 days or the first 6 days, whatever day you whichever kit you decide to do, or calendar I guess I should call it, I will be doing a little mini, I will show up here for about 10-15 minutes to unwrap the new chicklet and the gift that is for that day, and I will do that throughout the 12 days. And then I will also, if you're going to be doing the Advent calendar, I am also going to be doing little individual daily, they'll be private for the people that are doing the calendar, of tutorials. So every day the chicklet is going to be a different ornament and there'll be different techniques. Now I do have the little chicklet ornament that is featured on the packaging here, and I will share this one with you, but I'm only sharing chicklets with people that I know are not participating because I can't stand it. I have to share them. They're just so stinking cute. So, I mean, if you thought the other chicklets were great, these, because they're so miniature on top of it, are just adorable. But look at this. So here's the little chicklet. Here we go. So, so cute. Now, if you want to, I only did it on one side because you're only seeing them from one side. I suppose if you want to, I have kitted them up so that it's really only one side. But if you have extra yarn and you want to go ahead and do it after, you can. This is done because my ornaments are done in the round. This you cannot do. You can, but it would be very tricky, and I'm not going to go into trying to explain that in the pattern. When you do, what's the word that I want? When you do Intarsia, you can't do it in the round because you have to go back and forth. So I did duplicate stitch on this, and then cute little French knots. Now I was having a discussion with somebody just this afternoon, and even though all my designs are done, I only have 2 more chicks to actually knit up. They're still evolving. By the time I have the pattern totally written, and by the time these are in your hands, they are going to be even better. I have some gold and silver yarn coming in, which will be perfect if you want to have a shiny little ornaments on your tree. So you'll probably be getting gold and silver. My sister's been saying to me, because I've been showing them to her, and she says, but what about the gold and silver? What about the gold and silver? And I'm like, but these are country chicks. Yes, but Christmas is gold and silver. So she'll be getting some gold and silver. So anyway, I'm very, very excited about these, and I cannot wait. So again, they're 12 days and they're 6 days. They're up on the website. I will be putting the link down in the down below for you. And yeah, so anyway, this bag is filled. This bag has 10 chicklets in it, and they are just, I am so excited about them. They have been so fun to do, and I swear the more I do, the more fun they are, especially the ones that, I mean, some have stranded knitting in them, and some have the embellishments after. And I have to say, I've been in really, because I don't get time to do like, you know, little embroidery and things like that, and little bits of sewing. And it's just, it's so fun to take your time and do this. But you should, well, I shouldn't say should. It is very doable to get one of these done in a day. Even if you just get the knitting done, and then when you have a little, you know, a few spare moments here and there just to do the bits of finishing that's required. Some of them, when you're done knitting, you're pretty much done. So, but I can't tell you anymore. Oh, yes. And then also with these, every day that you open up your little Chicklet, you also get a little gift that you get to open as well. So every day that I am here, December 1st through the 12th, I will be sharing the finished Chicklet with you, but then I will also be opening up the little gift that's included, because I love all the gifts that are included, and I sure want one for myself. So I can't wait for that myself. So, okay, so that's you can order these anytime you want now. They're ready to go. I will have, don't dawdle, because I'm a one-woman show here. My sister is helping me, but we're getting into our busy time here, and I know I'm going to be up to my eyeballs getting these advent calendars done so that they can ship out to you. And they will be shipping out. My deadline, I want to do mid-November. My deadline is I want everybody to have their ornaments in their hands for Thanksgiving weekend. So then you have plenty of time, you know, December. So anyway, so excited. I cannot wait. I cannot wait. I hope that you enjoy these as much as I have been designing them and just creating everything that goes around it. So, okay, so that's done. Okay, I don't know what to do first. I have a present for myself. Technically, it's a present for the shop. It's kind of like a toy for me, but technically it's a tool for the shop, and I am really going to need it. I finally just bit the bullet and said, okay, you have done without this for the longest time, and now it's time for you to get one. So what did I get? Just came the other day. I still haven't even had a chance to open it. So it's from Ashford, and let's see here. Probably I won't be able to try it out here, but I'll pick it up and let's see what I got. So I haven't actually seen one of these in person. So let's see here. All right. It's probably going to be a box in a box. All right. I was going to open this before. So, pre-Christmas present for me. Okay, yeah, so it's in a box. All right, excuse me 1 second. All right. So it's something that I really need. Maybe you'll be able to guess. I'm so thrilled. So, okay, I'll wait until I open it up and then I won't show you the picture, what's on the box. But what could it be coming from Ashford? Let's see. Okay. All right. Stuff. Instructions and all that. Let's see. Ooh, it's nice and big. Okay. There we go. I'll pick the paper up later. Okay, so we have a battery. I think that's what it is. And then, or maybe that's the battery. I don't know. I'll find out. But okay, here it is. All in one big box. I love the products from Ashford because they're nice and sturdy and well made. And look what I have. I have an electric winder, ball winder. So this is where you put, well, I'll figure out how to use it. Oh, okay. This is just a stretchy thing that goes on here. I could probably kind of show you. I won't do a demo because I'm not going to be one of those people that does a demo and has no idea what's going on. So you have your yarn on your skein winder. It goes through the little twirly thing here, whatever it's called, and then it will wind on, and it has, there you go, it's electric, and you just put it on, off. It has speeds, it has going one way, going the other direction. I'm so thrilled. I cannot wait to try this out. And it's a nice big, it makes a nice big, I forget how many grams it says it goes up to. I thought it said 500 grams. I've never seen anything that much yarn on one skein before, but I'm so excited. This is so great. And it's all put together. I don't even have to do anything except, I think it has a foot pedal. Let me do this. I don't want to drop it. I think it has, or it has some kind of pedal mechanism, I thought. I know there's a battery. That's probably the battery. Well, you know what? Directions. Always great to look at directions. So that's what it looks like. And yes, it does. It has a little foot, what they call a foot switch. So you can just, I'm gonna love this because I'll have to tell you, I do a lot of winding here in the shop. I mean, a lot of winding. And I wonder if that's why I'm really having issues with my shoulder and my neck. And I'm sure that's got a lot to do with it. I used to be one of those people that when I sleep, I put my arm underneath the pillow and like, I can't even do that anymore. I can't do it. I just can't. So hopefully maybe this will help take some of the burden off of my shoulder for the winding. That would be great. So anyway, but just in the nick of time, all this winding that I have to do for the ornaments, I'm really hoping, I'm not sure. This might be more helpful. There's still lots of, for skeins. I'm not sure how well it's going to work. I'll let you know how well it'll work for winding other things, but I'm very hopeful. I think anything will be a big help at this point. So I'm very excited. So my new toy tool, I'm sure it's going to be very, very handy. Okay, so excited. All right, new sweater. I wanted to show you this. This is out of a yarn from Mirasol called Miss Me, which is a 100% believe it's baby alpaca. Yes, 100% baby alpaca. And it is so soft. It's a worsted weight. Yes, it's a medium weight, and you can use a 7 to 9, but I'm going to tell you something. I don't think a 9 is a good idea. Not with 100% alpaca. Because 100%, as wonderful and soft and gushy as it feels, you want to make sure that it's going to stretch. It's going to grow. So to me, a 9 is asking for trouble. I would do whatever size needle that you think that you would use, I would go down. Because it will grow in length, as wonderful as it feels and soft. You just want to keep that in mind because you know it's going to stretch. So, this is where doing a swatch is really, really a good idea. Do your swatch and do a nice big one to really get a good idea what it's going to do. But this is just the cutest top. It's kind of meant, let me find the pattern here so I can talk about it. I hope that you're all doing well today. It was just kind of cold and raw and nasty today. I hope you're having a better day. Let's see, I've got all these patterns that I want to show you. Okay, so this one here is called, what's the name of it? Scholar pullover and scarf. Scholar as in Rhodes Scholar. But I love this little detail. I just think it's a really, really pretty sweater, but it's so, wish you could feel it. It's just wonderful. And the colors are so pretty. So you have this really pretty, and this will be up on the website too. This really pretty neutral color, and there's a couple different blues. This one's so pretty. Blue and green, kind of more blue and gray, and then the pinks and gray. And then, oh, the color that's shown there. Oh, and this one, did I show you this one? Beautiful green. I love that. The green and yellow. It's very pretty. I'm not sure if the color is showing up. The color that I'm seeing in my hand is not what I'm seeing on the screen. But we'll see. I'll see when I do the editing later. What I call editing. Sometimes it's just going through, watching it. Didn't make any major... Well, I mean, I always mess up, but I didn't make any major things that absolutely have to be cut out. We're good to go. One of these days, I will be trying something to be a little more professional, but there's a certain learning curve to that, and I just don't have time for learning curves these days. So we'll see. I keep telling myself, oh, at some point in time, then you'll have a little bit more time, and then you could take the time for learning. And I just take in little bits and pieces on the fly. So anyway, such a cute sweater. And let me just give you a little detail about it. So let's see. It takes between 5 and 6 skeins of yarn, and the scarf. If you like the scarf, oh, I don't really have a good picture of the scarf. Anyway, finished bust measurements 44 up to 50. It's a very, very just simple. Well, actually it has a what do they call that? A saddle shoulder to it. Oh yeah. Okay, so saddle shoulder. I haven't actually ever done one of those, so that'd be good to try. Okay, so anyway, just a nice, easy, basic sweater in a lovely, lovely yarn. Okay, then, speaking of lovely yarns, Barocco has this wonderful yarn called Talara. And I happened to see in one of their new patterns that they have, which is called their quilt collection. I love this cowl so much. It's called Molly. There it is. Now, this is mitered squares. And what they did, I guess I could show you a little bit of this. Haven't had a chance to try this yet. But they do little sections of your squares in different colors. And I just ordered some. And I am going to, I didn't get a chance to start it. This feels wonderful. This yarn is amazingly soft and squishy. And again, this is a let's see. Oh gosh, that's why it's so wonderful. It's a 100% baby llama. Now this I would love against my neck. This is so beautiful, and the weight of this, it's a chunky weight. But again, it's that kind of squishy. It goes. They're getting between 18 and 19 stitches, so they're using a 9 or a 10 needle for this. Now, I know it's a larger needle. This I wouldn't have a problem so much with a bigger needle, since let me see what needle they're using on the pattern, because I do tend to be a looser knitter. They're using a size 10. Do a gauge. But, yeah, like I said, I have a tendency, and it's nice, and it's 27 and a half, so it's pretty loose, so there's some leeway there. If you wanted to maybe do a smaller needle, like a 9, I would be kind of inclined to. Well, I have to do my first square. I'll see how that comes out. So my colors. So I ordered. I love that background color. So we're doing that color, the Lima, and then of course I have to have my gray. I don't like to knit with black if I can help it. So I got my charcoal gray. So gorgeous. So this for the background, little pops of gray, and I got this blue in also, but here I happen to have a little from one of my past yarn tasting kits. It was in last winter's yarn tasting kit. So there's my blue. So I'm going to use these up. I had a few left over, and I was scrounging around trying to find some leftover kits. Now look at these colors. With the gray. Here we go. With the gray. Yes. And I know I have some pink and maybe more of the teal around. So that's going to be fun. And this is one of those things where, yes, you can follow the pattern, but if you have, even if you have, I was thinking about doing another yarn, and I'm like, no, this yarn is so wonderful. I want to use this yarn. So, but it'd be the kind of thing that you could use this for your main. And if you have scraps of a bulky soft yarn, you could certainly throw those in, and you could do it however you want. Nothing says you have to follow what that pattern is. So I'm really excited about trying to start that. So yeah, so that's on my list of things to do. And I thought I would just show you some of the patterns of things that are on my list of things to do for this fall. And also things that maybe you might want to do. Like this is a free pattern from Barocco. It's called Allison's Basic Hat Pattern. And it has 4 different hats, 4 different weights. They use Merino 401, which is in their new the new yarn tasting. These have been going like wildfire, so I still have some. And then also you get the lookbook that shows you all the patterns that are done up in here. I'm not going to do it today, but I did get some of the new yarns in. I got some of the hearth side, which is just I can't wait to show you the projects in that. And Hearthside is one of the yarns that they're using for one of these hats. And then Gimlet, which is another one of the yarns that's in it's the glittery one, the kind of bulky glittery one. They did one of the hats in that yarn. And Carousel, which is a sport weight, multicolored, I think, cotton blend yarn. And they use that one. But anyway, it's a nice basic hat. Let me show you on the model. And it's a free pattern. And I think you can go right on Ravelry and just look up. Or you know what? No. I'm going to put the link. So if you want this pattern, there'll be a link for it. But it's just nice. A nice multi-gauged hat pattern, basic hat pattern. And of course, you make your own little changes to it, and great. So that's a pattern that you need to look into. And then what else do I have? Oh, and then I wanted to also show you. So this is the yarn pack. Also, and I forgot to do this, but I'm adding them to all the new ones that are going out now. And I have to email everybody. You order one of these. If you go to place an order either online or in the shop, you will get 10% off of any of the yarns that are featured in the yarn pack. Okay? And that's going to be good for a while. I just dropped something here. Oh, yeah. So think about that too when you go to order that. Now, what I'm going to do is, lots of times I make cowls with these yarn packs, but I was reminded, I saw a really cute hat too, but I was reminded that when I did my Noro yarn tastings, oh gosh, 3-4 years ago, I came up with this little pattern for what I called my ragamuffin mitts, and they just keep coming. I keep getting new. I don't even have my original ones because as it got to the point where I was making them and people were buying them. So as fast as I was making them for samples for people to see them so they could buy the kits, I was selling the mitts, because it's during holiday season too. And I don't not have a single one of my original mitts left. I think on my website I might have pictures of them. But the original mitt, I don't even have anything that looks like it. But anyway, this is the idea. It was a really, really bulky yarn. Well, actually, it was kind of like this. I'll show you this mitt first. This is what I did last year. Now you can also put thumbs in. I tend to be one of those people that I like to wear them as wristlets, or if I'm really chilly, I'll pull them down. And I like to put a little bit of fur on there. You could also wear, this is why I don't like to, this is why I like to leave the thumbs off. Or if you want to wear it like this, you can wear it like that. So anyway, so this is something that evolved my original ragamuffin mitts. The ragamuffin was because it was Noro yarn, and it was a couple different bulky yarns, and then the for real on there, and it took no time. I mean, one sitting you had a mitt finished. And the original ones were just like a little wristlet type thing. And then after a while they evolved, they got longer, then people wanted thumbs, so then I promoted it for thumbs. Now this was another one I did for my Noro that, I don't know if I did this last year, I think it was the year before, not this past winter. No, not this past winter. I know what I did this past winter. So this was the winter before. This was my ridged ragamuffin. So that was just fun and easy, and they're so cozy. So these will be coming out very soon. And then this is what we did last year, my sideways ones. And I think these are great. These are just great. So this was just it was a free pattern with the yarn pack that I did. So when the Noro yarn pack comes out, yeah, this could still be an option. Yeah, it has all different yarns in here, and they fit really nice. I should make, actually I do have the other one. I think. I have a tendency of making one mitt, sample done, and on to the next one, not finishing making a pair. People would get a little annoyed with me that wanted to buy mitts, and I'm like, oh well, I just have the one sample. And they're like, you don't have two? I'm like, no, no. It's just one. But I can make you another one, maybe. I can find the yarn. So anyway, so this is what I'm doing now. This is from this yarn pack, and as you can tell, I've got plenty. Here we go. I still have plenty of yarn to not only finish this mitt. I did not put a thumb on this one, partly because it's a sample. It's a sample, and I suppose I'm right at that point that if I wanted to do, I would do one of those thumbs. Usually what I do is I do one of those kind of like afterthought thumbs. You just you do a little provisional, hold your thumb stitches and then go back later, take them out, and then pick up your stitches and go. I could do that. I'm right at that point that if I wanted to do that, I can. Yeah, so anyway, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to finish these mitts up, but I still have plenty of yarn here. I have plenty of yarn here to make another different kind. Actually, I'm missing a yarn. Oh yeah, I have the gimlet, the sparkly yarn. I must have left it at home. So yeah, you get a lot of yarn in these yarn packs. Okay, so done with yarn packs. Go. And actually, let me look at my notes because if I can find them. I went home last night. I had all these things I wanted to take home. Went home, opened up my knitting bag. I had to make a trip back home. I only live 5 minutes away from the store, but I had to make a trip back because I looked in my bag. I had nothing to knit. I had a couple projects, but I didn't have all the stuff for the complete project. Yeah, I still haven't found something that I did a provisional cast on, a double point needle for one of my chicks, and it's like, where did it go? I cast on, ready to go, and I can't find the needle. And anyway, so I wanted to do that because I wanted to do a chick last night, and I had to come back to the store to do that. I could not believe it. Now, speaking of mitts, also, we're doing a mitt along. I'm trying to find my notes. Here they are. So we're going to do a knit along, and that, I didn't get the date again. Purposely went on the computer to find the date and didn't do it. I want to say it's September. It's either 12th or 14th. It's a Saturday, 1 o'clock. I know that. And I'm also going to open it up as a Zoom. It'll be in the shop, but also I'll have the Zoom going. And it's for this mitt, which I love these. Let me do it this way. I love these mitts. I wanted to make these mitts for quite a while, and I think I discussed that last week. But anyway, I cast on. Okay, here we go. I have things everywhere. Okay. So what I did was I am using the Barocco Lannis Light yarn packs, which I've talked about. There's 6 skeins of yarn in here, and I thought perfect. That it's absolutely perfect. The colors are already chosen, except I did realize reading the pattern, because I think I mentioned this last time, that there's not enough yarn. Well, if you want to do different color ribbing, yes. But if you want to do the ribbing all one color, like shown in the picture, you don't have enough yarn. You don't have enough of one color. So what I decided to do was I took a Jody Long Alba, same weight yarn, same, type of, same feel and everything. And here's my ribbing. I didn't get very far. I got my ribbing done, and I'm starting my second color, and that's it. But at least I'm started. I'm hoping, like tonight, I want to sit down and I want to make, because once you get going, it's a 2-row repeat. That's all there is to this pattern. So it's really simple. You're just changing your colors. Now, normally, I'm not a big color changer. First of all the tails. Second of all, just all the ends and keeping track of it. I have gotten very, very spoiled, like with the Noro yarns, of just letting the multicolor yarn do its thing. Normally, I would take like a silk garden sock and just knit with that. But these colors are so yummy, and I have to say, well, this is Alba, but I have been knitting with this yarn, and I love it. I actually I'm using I'm using 2 colors, but I'm using, because Jody Long does not have a cream in their yarn. They have more like an oatmeal color, and I wanted a cream, and this is divine. I have been working with this yarn on my chicklets, and this is lovely to work with. So I am so happy that I have these, and I keep reordering these because I keep saying, I'm one of those people, I keep saying I want one of all 4 colorways. But I wait. Like, I did grab this one because I had plenty. I had plenty of them. But I want one of the other 3. But I'm going to wait until everybody has theirs, because I would feel terrible if I'm knitting along with mine and somebody orders it and I ran out, and I'm like, oh, they could have had mine. So I'm always like the last one. I'm trying to think. I'm always the last one. It's like when you're, as a mom, okay, it's a mom thing, kind of. When you're serving dinner or serving a meal, and I grew up as the oldest of 6 kids. So when you were like serving, everybody got their food. Of course, I was one of the kids, so I got my food. But even like as a mom of 2 or 3 in your family, you serve everybody, and then sometimes it's like, okay. Always make sure Dad's got more. You just kind of like, you serve yourself last, and sometimes what's left is what's left. So I kind of have that mentality. So I always want to make sure. It was like when I had the magazine, the Farm and Fiber. I had my own magazine for like 5 minutes, 3 separate times, and I kept running out, and I had to keep. I never got to keep a magazine. And actually, to this moment, I have plenty now because I got more in. I still have not actually taken my own copy. I'm just afraid that somebody's going to need it. But what I should do is grab a copy, like I usually have done in the past, and write store copy. then there's just no going back. I have my copy of the magazine, but that's what I do. I want to make sure my customers have theirs first. That's why, yeah, I have my new Del Q bag that I finally got. I had to wait and wait and wait for that because everybody got theirs first, and I served myself last. Okay, so let's see, what else have I got going on here? Our yarn crawl is coming up. Oh my God, it's like nipping at my heels here. 20th through the 29th. I can't believe it's coming up so soon. So we have 6 different shops that are going to be participating, and I just realized I'm working on the passport. So I'm working on all the information, so I'm not done with it yet. As soon as I have the passport, next week I'll be able to show you the passport, and you can, if you want to get your copy of the passport so you can download it and print it out, you can do that. But yeah, 6 different shops, and it'll be a lot of fun. There's all kinds of door prizes, and you get to see what the different shops carry, and of course we always get in special things for that weekend. I'm trying to think what I've got. I've got a trunk show of a new. Jody Long has a new yarn called Color Spun. All that yarn is coming in time for the yarn crawl, and then also I'll have some of the garments, and then there's another yarn from Louisa Harding called Poof. I think that's how it's pronounced. That's coming in, that I'll be getting in time for that. And I honestly still haven't quite figured everything out. I need to figure that out by the end of this week. I don't usually do like a lot events because it's just me in the shop. I'll try to get my sister to come and help me out over that first weekend, just so it's just not me, because usually what happens is everybody comes in all at one time. So events are kind of tough, and the shop is really small, and it doesn't take much for a lot of people to come in, and then you just can't do that. So we just have fun stuff to look at. I'll have special kits made up. I will have no, I won't have the Chicklets kits available. I won't have those available. I will have I don't even want to talk about that. Those are all pre-order. Yeah, when they're ordered, I'm not going to be taking orders for those, I'm thinking the last week of Thanksgiving weekend. No, that's not happening. If you don't have them in your hands that day, it's not happening. I'm going to probably be so sick of them, it's not even funny. Okay, so then the last pattern, I've been seeing this done with Noro yarn, and I've had this pattern in my library forever, and just saying I was going to do it, and I saw it with the Ito, and I'm like, yeah, I think they did it with the Ito, and it was so beautiful. So it's called the Tentacula hat by Wanded. It's this hat right here. So pretty in a multicolor. I mean, I think it was beautiful here too, but oh, the colors, what they do. So that is another one that I want to make. And I'm just looking here. And there's 4 different weights: worsted, Aran, light bulky, and light super bulky. Okay, so I guess, okay. But anyway, so I want to make that. That looks like so much fun to do. And I just can't imagine how fun, with all the colors going the way they are, that will be a good time to do it. All right, and what else do I have here? I think I went through it pretty quickly today. There were a couple things I was going to talk about, and I said, we don't have to do this long every time. Oh, and I'm I keep moving this around. I'm not used to it. It is really pouring out there, and it is not that incredibly warm in here. This scarf right here is a scarf that I wove on my rigid head of loom. This is done with Silk Garden sock, and I believe it was color 8. I think it's color 8. But yeah, this was just so fun and easy, just to let the colors do their thing. So just really pretty. A little bit of brightness on a dreary, dreary day. See, I'm not used to. I keep adjusting it, because even just sitting here, I am not really a scarf person. I try. I try really hard to be a scarf person, but I think that what I would probably be way more comfortable is to sew this into a cowl and then just strap it on and just let it be. Because I can already feel myself just moving around a little bit here. One side wants to get longer than the other, and that annoys me. Plus, it's really easy to lose it that way too. And I have to keep adjusting myself, and I'm annoying myself watching myself adjust it. So I don't want to be doing that. So let's see. Yeah, so I'm just going to clean up this mess, and I'm going to head home and not try to get, it really is pouring. Of course, I don't have an umbrella. It is really pouring. And my car is across the street in the parking lot. Okay. One other thing I wanted to just, it was a funny story that I was telling my Thursday night knitting group. I'm finding myself that I need to be prepared at all times to take orders, because I'm noticing more and more, because you are all spread out all over the place, and I'll get a call from somebody, say on the West Coast, wanting to order something, and I'm not in the store, because what I do is I have my calls forwarded. Ever since COVID, I just did that. My calls are all, my glasses are shining here, reflecting. So all my calls I would have forwarded from my store phone to my cell phone. And it worked out so well and kept me connected with my customers. Say I was late getting in the shop or whatever, because you could, I could turn it off and turn it back on. But hey, I forget all the time. So I decided just leave it on. So that's what I've been doing. So when you call me in the shop at, say, 4 o'clock your time, and it's a couple hours, I'm home. I might be cooking dinner. Which is fine. Or in the grocery store, I've had that happen. And you want to call, leave, and give me an order. And lots of times, I can either take the order, or I can call you back, or whatever. But the other day, somebody called, and our timing is just so that when she calls me, I've just left the shop. And I always have to leave a little early, because I'm always running to the post office to drop out shipping. So I had done that, and where was I? Oh, I was stopping to before I was going into the grocery store, and the phone rang, and we had kind of been hitting and missing, and it was like, I've got to take this order now. So anyway, so we're chatting, and I'm looking everywhere for a pen to take the order. I do not have a pen. I am looking all over my car. I do not have a pen. The only thing, and then I thought about it, and I was like, I was going to trust my memory, and I'm like, that's not working. That's not happening, because I'll be calling back to double check because I know I forgot something, or I didn't get something right. So anyway, I'm looking around. So what did I find? I found an eyeliner and the back of an envelope, and this this is what I scratched down. I kept like, and it was down. It wasn't even. It was a dull eyeliner. It didn't even have a full point to it. I'm trying to go light so that I can conserve the point, because I don't know how long this order is going to be. And like at this point, it's a good thing I had to go back to the store that night anyway. I went back to the store, and I, quick as I could, was writing it down. And I'll tell you, it's a good thing I did, because I can't even read the writing for what the last item was. But anyway, I was so grateful. I was so grateful that I had the eyeliner. But I have to become a little more prepared, and make sure that I have a pad of paper and my pen in the car, so that at least I'm prepared, and in my bag, because heaven help me if I'm in the grocery store. But you know what? I mean, people feel really bad when I'm like, oh, that's okay, I'm home, or just give me a second, I'm doing something. for the most part, it's not a problem. There was only one time, oh yeah, this was a great one. There was one time when it was a pattern problem, and I'm trying to help. I had just started making dinner. My husband called and said he was on his way home, and I was like, okay, I knew how long it was going to take me to make this. I had to cook up some ground beef and add a bunch of stuff to it. Oh, I know, I was cooking zucchini too. And I got just a little bit too involved in the call. I kept checking back and forth in the kitchen because I had to keep checking back at my computer in the living room. I burned dinner. My husband walked in the door and I'm just like pointing to him and I'm just like, I'm trying to like, oh my God, I kind of really, really scorched the zucchini. And I'm like, you have to taste it. Taste it to let me know that it's either good or it's not good. And anyway, we salvaged it, but it was more mush than it was. Yeah, the zucchini was mush. But anyway, that was really the only thing that's ever kind of gone haywire from home. Well, it wasn't taking an order. It was helping out with a pattern. But most of the time, I've learned from that. I don't cook and try to. It's just that particular phone call. It was like I couldn't call her back. It was just like I really needed to take care of it right then and there. Yeah. So anyway, I've learned since then. It's just like don't do it during dinner time and call back. But for the most part, if you're calling me, it's not a problem. I am happy to take your call, and I'm delighted to take your call. And I can't even tell you, I have made so many like fiber friends with the orders or the questions that people call me up with. Somebody called me up today from California, and she was just asking me, she was looking for something particular. She says, I've been looking everywhere, and I kind of like, no, I know I don't have that in stock, and I don't even know if we can find it. But I looked around, and I said, you know what? I'm thinking of this yarn. I'm online here. Let me take a look while we're on the phone. We did it. I found something for her. And I said, you know what? I have to order from this company anyway. Let's go ahead and take care of it. So I did. And it made me feel so good that I was able to help her. And she was happy because she was helped. So that was great. And that, I just feel like that's part of that is my job description, is to help knitters, crocheters, fiber people get their projects done, get a project. I am in the service industry. I am in the knitting service industry, and it is my absolute pleasure to do that. So anyway, and this is my pleasure to do this too. It's so much fun, and and you guys are also great too. So I really enjoy it very much. So, and I just want to thank you so much for watching, so much for your orders, and just I appreciate it so much. So on that note, I'm going to let you go. Have a great rest of your day, weekend, and I will see you again next week, and I will have more things to show you, some more hopefully finished things to show you. And don't forget about what did I call it? The mid-along on September. I will post that so you know what time it is, so if you want to join us. So have a great rest of the day, and you all take care. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.